Hello, my Patreon friends. How are you? Okay, this is going to be a little series of true life events that's happened to me um, just as I was getting into the paranormal, even before I got into the paranormal. And these are true life events. What's happened to me? Okay, so my dad died in 2011. He died with Alzheimer's and dementia. I was there at the hospital when he died. But before he did die, I actually said to him, Dad, if you can hear me, if there's any way you can come and visit me, do so. Just don't scare the hell out of me, if you can prove to me that you're around, then do it. Just don't do something, crazy to scare the living jeebies out of me. So, around about mid-January, I think it was, I was in the kitchen one day making a coffee, and all of a sudden I felt this really sharp tug like that on the back of my t-shirt, on the back of my shirt. And I turned around expecting it might be one of the kids mucking around, but no one was there. So I probably thought, maybe I've caught myself on something. And I tucked myself. But looking around, and there weren't nothing I'd actually caught myself onto. So I'm standing in front of the draining board, the sideboard, and there's nothing behind me to actually, for me to catch my shirt on and for me to tug myself. Now, this went on every night for a week. I think it was either the second night or the third night. It was more of a, harder tug. And I thought, yeah, it's got to be one of the kids. Where the kitchen is, as you come out, if you look to your right as you're coming out, you've got the bathroom, toilet. Direct in front of me is the front door, or the back door, I should say, which is always locked. And then if you turn left, you go through the little living room into the hallway. And then as you go down the hallway, you've got a bedroom, which used to be like another living room, which we converted into a bedroom. And then you got another room, which I use as my computer room and TV room, etc. And then you got the stairwell just on the other side of that room, going upstairs to 3 bedrooms. Now, I was getting a bit worried about what's going on because I can understand why I kept getting these tugging. I thought I was losing my mind because I just lost my father, and I was going through a lot of stress and depression. Because my dad was the world to me. We always had fun. He always used to come and up for dinners and barbecues and parties and church meetings and stuff like that. And I knew I weren't ever going to see him again. And I for probably about a week, every night when I went out the kitchen, around about 9 o'clock time, every time I stood there to make a cup of coffee, I was getting these tugs. Well, anyway, I rang my sister up, and I told her, I kept getting this tugging or feeling at the back of my shirt. And she goes, oh, maybe it's the kids. I said, no, I've asked the kids. And they swear black and blue they're not doing it. I've even turned round directly after I've been tugged, and there's no one there because I would have heard them running. So she goes, oh, maybe it's a ghost. I said, don't, I don't know what it is, but it's fucking freaking me out. So it must have been about a few days after I spoke to my sister, probably about a week and a half after, all these tugs. I kept getting this tug every night. I was watching TV one night, and I think it was one of the ghost hunting shows, probably Ghost Adventures, it might have been. And they was explaining about EVPs. So, I thought, wow, that's interesting, voices from the other side, yeah. It's got to be something in it, if no one is actually talking in the background, what's actually creating these voices? And that piqued my interest. And I thought, That's a good idea, but I didn't have a recording device. I didn't have like a digital recorder. So there's no way I was going to be able to do it. And I was sitting there, and suddenly, I just picked up my phone, and this was one of my phones I had at the time, a Nokia E5. And I just went on to the actual menu structure, and I was clicking through it, and it said recording. So I thought, I wonder. I thought, nah, a bit silly. I ain't going to get nothing. But something told me, try it. Go in the kitchen and try it. So I went out in the kitchen, and I was waiting for the kettle to boil. And I thought, I'll give it a go. No harm in trying. What's going to happen? Nothing really. I didn't expect nothing to happen. So I pressed record. Sorry about the noise outside, there's people outside. I pressed record, and I said something like, if anyone's here, if you've got something to say it. If you've got a message, then give me a message. Just talking to the device. Record your voice, then you'll be able to hear it or not. And on playback, I might hear your voice. I left it for about 20 seconds, and then I stopped it. And I didn't play it straight back. I got my coffee and I went into the living room. And I started to sit down and watch TV. And then I looked at my phone and I thought, shall I try? Nah, I ain't going to get nothing. There's no way about. So I pressed play, and you heard me ask the question. And within seconds, I swear I heard my dad's voice giving me a message. And that message was, Stephen, love you, son. I thought, what the fuck? That's Dad's voice. How can that be Dad's voice? He's not here. He's deceased. He's dead. And I kind of started panicking. I stopped it. I thought, well, I did ask him to come through. Maybe that's him tugging me. Letting me know he's around. But it's definitely his voice. I'm sure it's his voice. So I played it again. Class A, EVP. Clear as day. My dad's voice saying, Stephen, love you, son. I thought, whoa. And I'm sitting there shaking. I thought, I've got to tell someone. I've got to tell my sister, Denise. Because me and Denise was quite close to my dad. So, my other two sisters, Simon and Wendy was close as well. But me and Denise was more, I think, closer than anything else. Because Denise actually did go and visit him quite a lot in hospital. Because she lived closest to him. And I couldn't get down there. Because I had no funding to get down there. It was only until the day he did die, I got a panic-stricken phone call from my sister saying, "You got to get down here. He ain't gonna last the night. You got to get down here. You got to say goodbye to him." And I had a little bit of money, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got to get down here. And I arranged someone to come and look after the kids. And I rang the missus up, and I told her I got to go. Now, me and my missus wasn't talking to each other at the time. And I said, look, your sister's coming around. Well, you shouldn't be asking my sister. I said, well, I've got to. I know I'm going. And she's coming around, and that's it, kind of thing. I'm going. I'll see you later. And I actually did go down, and I was with my dad when he died. So I'm glad I actually did get down there to say my farewells to him. But anyway, after listening to the EVP, I rang up my sister, Denise. And I said, hey, Denise, I've got to tell you something. She goes, tell me you've seen the ghost. I said, no, don't say that. This is serious. I said, I've just been watching a TV program, Ghost Hunting one, and he told you about EVPs. And I said, I tried it. She goes, oh, tell me you got a haunted voice. I said, Denise, don't take the piss. I said, I have got a voice. I want you to listen to it. She goes, oh, I said, no, Denise, you're going to be surprised. She goes, well, play it then, So I played it on the phone, over the phone to her. And when she heard, she goes, "Stephen, that's Dad's voice." I said, "I told you, I'll call something. Dad may be dead, but he's with us in the spirit life." She goes, "Play it again." So I played it again. And she heard it. "Stephen, love you, son." And we just broke down, fucking crying over the phone. She goes, "That's Dad's voice." I said, "I know it is." And I said, "Do you believe now?" She goes, "Well, I do, but I don't, It's got to be some kind of explanation." I said, "You just heard it. I've heard it." Because I'll go. Because I think it did upset her. And it kind of upset me as well, hearing my dad's voice on EVP. So I said, I'll speak to you later. Put the phone down, and I'm like sitting there in tears, kind of thing, And I thought that would have been it. But nah. No. After that, I started seeing like shadows going past my doorway when I'm sitting in the living room. And I'm calling out to the kids, like, "Is that you upstairs? Is that you just come past?" "No, we're upstairs." And I've gone out, looking in the kitchen. No one around. No one in the little living room. No one in the converted living room, which is now a bedroom, which means the wife was using. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs we let the kids have. The small room, which has got like a little door in, which has got a boiler my son was using. The middle room was when my daughter Sarah was sleeping in, and they had a bunk bed in there. And that's a bunk bed, a bed on top of the other. And the other one, the bigger bedroom, my daughter Jessica was using. And there's quite a few times after that night I had the EVP, I was seeing shadows. I heard like footsteps walking down the hallway. And I'm calling out, "Who's out there?" And I was answering. And a couple of times I've gone up there, and like the kids are just sitting there on the phone or on the computer. And I said, "You just been downstairs?" "No." And I didn't want to say too much because I didn't want to scare the kids. And there's even times when I was on my own and you could see shadows walking past the doorway. You heard the creaks, you heard the footsteps, you heard little knocks or taps. And it was bloody scary. And like, I was sitting there thinking, maybe that is Dad. Because Dad used to come up here quite a lot. He used to have, having like Sunday dinners, he used to have like barbecues and stuff like that. And I thought, I shouldn't be scared. But then there's the time when I was actually upstairs in the spare room, because my son wouldn't sleep in there after a little while. He got kind of scared of being in there. He couldn't give the reason. He just didn't want to be in that room. So he started going in the middle room and sleeping on the bunk bed. And because I kind of like didn't go to sleep early, I used to go to sleep like I do now still, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't want to go in the room next door, which was the bedroom, which me the missus was using. And I didn't want to keep waking her up because she had to get up early as it was for work. So I decided to use the room that my son's supposed to be using, which he was no longer using. So I started sleeping up there. And it's probably about 2 or 3 nights after I started using that room. Can't remember what time it was in the morning, probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was fast asleep and suddenly I kind of like shuddered and I felt like I was in a freezer. I was like frozen, like an ice cube, like an ice lolly, a block of ice. I couldn't move at all. People say it's sleep paralysis, but sleep paralysis can be caused by spiritual contact. I couldn't move my arms, my legs, my eyes were like kind of like half open, half shut. I couldn't talk, I couldn't scream out or anything. And it was only because like in my mind I said, "Whatever this is, please stop, please stop, please stop." And after the first please stopped, it stopped. And suddenly, from that frozen state, I was completely warm, as if nothing happened. And I thought it was like a dream or a nightmare or something. But although I started feeling rather warm rather quickly, the bed was cold. Really cold. So I'm thinking, I don't know what happened there, but that was freaky. And I said, where that is. If that was you, Dad, or some spirit causing that, don't do it again, please. It's scary. So it didn't happen anymore. But a few nights later, after that, I'm back in the same room. Just say my son wouldn't go in there. He didn't like the room for some reason. I was sleeping, and it again ran back 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Something disturbed me. Now I always shut that bedroom door. I always make sure the catch catches. So I don't like the door being open. I don't like the door even being slightly open. Don't know why. I always make sure that door was shut. And I was sleeping. And suddenly, something kind of disturbed me. And as I was coming out to sleep, wondering what had disturbed me, I kind of looked over the door, and the door handle just went down, and the door opened by itself, probably about that far. And I could see in the hallway, but not the full hallway. And I saw the door open and I thought, who's that? What do you want? And I thought it might have been one of the kids. And I thought I would have got a response. No response. And before someone says, oh, it might have been a draft, there wasn't no draft. It was summer. It was hot. There wasn't no window. Even the bedroom window wasn't even open. And there weren't no windows open in the hallway because there's no windows in the hallway. The only windows what might have been open is in the other 2 bedrooms, and their doors were closed. And someone might have said, well, it might have been a backdraft or something that's gone through underneath the doorway. But no, because the door handle actually moved itself. And I was thinking it might have been one of the kids. And as I called out, who's that? Got no reply. So, as I was kind of waking up, I got out of bed. I pulled the door open, expecting to see someone out there, like one of my kids. No one was in the hallway. I checked the middle room. Both the kids in there were sleeping. I went in the other bedroom. My other child was sleeping. So all the kids were fast asleep. I thought maybe it might have been the missus. So I've gone down. I checked that room where she was sleeping. She was fast asleep. So I checked all the rooms downstairs. I checked the room that I use as my TV computer room. The door was shut on that, and there wasn't no one in there because I checked in there. As I say, the wife's sleeping. I went through the other room, the little living room that goes down towards the toilet and towards the kitchen and the back door. No one in the kitchen, no one in the bathroom. The front door and back door was locked. All the windows were shut, sealed tight. I'm thinking, what the hell? I couldn't understand it. And I was kind of scared and wondering what the hell was going on. And I still kept seeing, within a few days, seeing those shadows, footsteps, noises. I even heard my name being called out a few times. And I thought it was my son going, Steve? But my son wouldn't call me Steve. He'd call me Dad. But she sounded like, Steve? Wait. And that's why my dad used to say, Steve, wait, that kind of stuff. So after that, I thought, there's something going on here. And it kind of suddenly the scaredness kind of started lowering down. I started getting a bit more fascinated in what was going on. I hope people would be scared out their fucking nerves and probably get some kind of priest in to bless the house and stuff like that. But I wouldn't like that. Someone just said, let it run. Let it carry on. It's not there to harm you. it's your dad. So I kind of thought, well, I've got to try somehow communicate with my dad. But how, I don't know. So I started watching crap loads of videos on YouTube about ghost hunting, communication. I was watching Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Most Haunted. I was watching God knows how many YouTube channels, about haunted locations and haunted houses and things that go bang and bump in the night. And I must have watched, hundreds and hundreds of hours of videos. There's some nights where I didn't even properly sleep because I was still watching them, trying to find out how to communicate with spirit, what's the best way to communicate with spirit, and what kind of equipment you need to kind of use to communicate with spirit. And I didn't have that much money, so I couldn't go and buy, all this technology like I've got now, all this ghost hunting gear. And I thought, well, let me try this one. And there's one where a female was communicating with a spirit via candlelight. Now, I actually did that. I got 2 candles. I waited until everyone was out and I was on my own. And I was kind of scared of doing it. So I didn't know if I was going to talk to my dad or some other spirit might come through. So I was kind of scared and wondering what was happening. And I lit 2 different candles. I think one was white and one was red. Same like that. I can't remember the colours of the candle, but I had 2 different colours. And I lit them both. And I sat there, did a quick prayer. And I went, right, I want to talk to my dad if he's here. I'm not saying he is, but if he's here, got 2 candles. And I want you to manipulate either this candle for yes or this candle for no. And I'm going to ask you questions. And all the questions I asked, which I knew he would answer a positive yes, he would use the yes candle. If it was a no, he would use the no candle. And if it was something that I made up and he wasn't sure about, no candles would flicker. And I sat there for about half an hour, 3/4 an hour asking questions. And most of the questions I asked him were positive ones that he would have known about. And the answers were always dead on. So, if I'm saying did you ever come off a barbecue? The candle would flicker, very rapidly. And I said, other questions which would have given a negative answer. And I probably knew the answer to that question. And I knew that he would have known that answer. And it was a negative answer. The negative cancer would have flickered rapidly. And I went on for about half hour, 3/4 an hour. And I was amazed. There's one where I said to him, "Are you here to harm me?" And that no candle nearly went out. Because my dad wouldn't harm me. I knew he would never harm me. And I said, "Are you at peace?" And the yes candle went crazy. I thought that was going to go out at one time. And I said, "Are you here as a protector?" And again, that went crazy. "Are you here just to say hello? Are you here because you want to be here?" And again, the candle went crazy as a yes. So that kind of put me at rest. And then, after that particular night, I thought, well, I've got to get into the paranormal. Same time I need to be into the paranormal to find out, what the hell goes on after death. I need to find answers, get the truth, seek the truth. Experience things, that may or may not happen to me, And there has been things that happened to me in the paranormal. There's crazy things that's happened here in this flat. There's crazy things that happened to me when I was made homeless and put into like temporary accommodation. And they are on my YouTube channel. But there's other stuff that hasn't been put on my YouTube. And they will probably be done and put on my Patreon page. And they will be paid content like this one is for just $2. So if you want to hear more true stories about myself, things that's happened to me, then get ready, because there will be more videos. And there'll be videos of stories that people told me as well. But they won't be $2, they'll probably be about $1. And we can't like get English currency on Patreon. I don't think there's no sense to make it a pound. So for $1, you're getting it for like 70p. And like my true life stories are going to be like $2, which is £1.50. And these videos could be on for about 5, 10, 20 minutes. This one's been on 26 minutes. But that's how I got into the paranormal. That's what started all this. I believe it's my father on the mobile as an EVP. I believe it's my father that opened the bedroom door. I believe it's my father that was casting the shadows, making sounds. I believe it's him that called my name a few times. I believe it was him that gave me that sleep paralysis, but he didn't mean to do calls there. I think he was just trying to touch me to let me know, like, he's there to look after me and kind of keep me safe. So, that's how all this started. Just me saying to my dad before he died, if you can come back and let yourself be known that you're around me, then do it. Just don't get scared the shit out of me. And it did scare me somewhat, but it didn't scare me enough to make me call a priest or someone else had to, make a house blessing. Because as it was happening, something was telling me inside me, let it happen. You want it, you're going to get it, but it's not going to be scary. It might kind of like make you a little bit scared and make you a little bit nervous. But don't worry. It's your dad, and he's not going to be there to harm you. He's there to look after you, and also to keep an eye on you and possibly protect me. And there's many times I've caught other things, which would be on another story, in that same house. And that house used to be in Collingswood, still is in Collingswood, but I did eventually get evicted from a landlord because things happened between me and my wife, and no, she went her way, I went my way. She ended up better off, and I ended up worse off, kind of thing, But that's not about my personal life between me and my ex-wife. This is about me and the paranormal. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. There is one like this on my YouTube, but I don't think it's more in depth than I've just told you. So if you want to hear more stories of what happened to me in that house, or when I was living in that area, keep tuned, because there will be more coming up very soon. So cheers, and share my Patreon site out, subscribe, and make a donation if you wish to. There will be quite a few videos that will be locked, especially about my true life stories. They'll be locked, and you'll only have to pay like $1 or $2 to actually unlock them, view them and listen to them. And there will be videos coming up which will be unpaid. But it won't be about myself as much. It'll be about other kind of stuff and other stories of what's happened to me while living in here or living somewhere else. But the more in-depth kind of like special things and like crazy things happen to me will be locked content, and I'm afraid you'll have to pay like $1 or $2 to actually unlock them or watch them. But there will be stuff on here which you won't have to pay for. And if you want to help me and support me in getting more ghost hunting equipment, then you can do that for a donation. And there are a few ways you can do that. There's, donate $1, $2, $5, $10, $20. Just read the rewards. I think the highest one, you'll get a personal letter and a bag of crystals sent to you as a thank you. And I always keep my word. If I'm going to send someone something, I'll send them it. Crystals might not be worth that much, but at least it's a thank you. So, thank you for your time, and get ready for the next story, which will be up within the next day or two. Cheers. Catch you later.